Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scared4 here bringing you another Minecraft Modern Warfare vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Type 95. The Type 95, also known by the Chinese People Liberation Army military designation, the PGZ-95, is a Chinese self-propelled anti-aircraft vehicle. It is armed with 4 25mm caliber cannons and optionally 4 fire and forget QW2 infrared homing missiles. It was first displayed publicly at the Beijing Military Parade in 1999. Earlier in development, the system was designated the Type 92 and the Type 93. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting vehicle. It's really kind of recent in terms of its use. It was first put into service in 1999, as I mentioned, first being seen in that Beijing Military Parade. At this point in time, though, it is pretty much one of the, I guess, peak operational self-propelled anti-aircraft weapons that the Chinese Liberation Army is using. But overall, pretty cool vehicle, and should be a pretty fun addition to your world if you're looking for a nice Chinese vehicle. We don't have too many ground vehicles, so whenever we do get a Chinese one in our lineup, it's always cool to see it added into the world and just kind of continue to expand upon this country's vehicles. But with that kind of squared away, I do want to go ahead and give special thanks to Patreon supporter Derek, Frost, Westbrook for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel more you already do, feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is always in my video descriptions, where you can go and put a small amount to the channel every month. And in doing so, earn a few requests per month, you are a patron. It really helps support the work I do on my channel. It's really greatly appreciated, so definitely feel free to check that out. Link for that is going to always be in my video description. With that though, let's go ahead and take a look here at the Type 95 SPAA. So basically we have the vehicle here in front of us. Now there are some versions of it that are kind of circulating around that are kind of different and all that stuff. But the version we have here does have the parade style wheels. So a lot of the Chinese military likes to do this technique where they put like a little white rim around their road wheels, and it kind of creates a cool design, mainly used for parade purposes, as not really many like in the field ones are, but I decided to go ahead and do that because I think it's really cool and just kind of helps distinguish that this is a Chinese vehicle. Obviously that can be swapped out pretty easy with a block choice, but basically we have the front up here, nothing too crazy about it. We got 2 cupolas here, one for the driver and I imagine one for the commander. Just some venting, basic details here and there, and then we have the actual kind of turret itself, which has the 4 25mm cannons on it, as well as the homing missiles that are attached to the top there. So kind of a cool design for it. It's I'm pretty stereotypical for an anti-aircraft vehicle. Just a turret, 4 guns, missiles on top, and all that stuff. So pretty cool design there. And then on the back, really nothing too fancy. Kind of going off War Thunder, we added some little cargo mounts on the back, and obviously a hatch for entering and disembarking the vehicle. So overall, really kind of a simple vehicle, nothing really too crazy or extreme in terms of what it is. But should make a cool addition to any worlds if you're looking for a pretty cool little self-propelled anti-aircraft vehicle for the Chinese military. With that though, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer. Layer number 1. Alright guys, so moving into our first layer here, we'll be going ahead and start with layer 1. Now for layer 1 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down an air brick slab, followed by an air brick top slab coming off of it. We're going to go ahead and then take our white shulker box, and we're going to place it down sideways along the side after the air brick slab. Now just a little side note here is if you do not want to do the parade wheels, you're more than welcome to not do them. I would recommend as a replacement for the sprocket wheels, or these wheels that are going to be on the second layer here, to use green terracotta. And then for the wheels that are going to be on the base here, I would definitely recommend using a polished black stone, or for the stairs, or a black shulker box for the black shulker box, or for the shulker boxes instead as a replacement. Those will also work for kind of creating more of an operational type design. But again, we will be kind of for this tutorial doing these white wheels here for the parade style design. After this though, we're going to go ahead and then place down 2 of these quartz stairs back to back, and we're going to go ahead and then place down a white shulker box on the side. After that's complete, we're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak trapdoor, as well as another white shulker box. Again, 2 quartz stairs back to back, another white shulker box, an air brick slab, and an air brick top slab, like that. Once we have that done, we're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak top slab coming off that air brick half slab, and we're going to go ahead and go over 1, 2, 3 more, so a total of 4 slabs over. And we'll also do the same thing up here, coming off this air brick slab in the front, so just like this, and we have a row of 4. We're going to go ahead and then take our slabs, and we're just going to go ahead and fill in the space between the dark oak wood. And it's going to go ahead and fill in to create a base here for the vehicle. So just like that. We're going to go ahead and place down an Arabic slab here, an Arabic top slab, and we're going to go ahead and repeat the same design that we did on the other side for the road wheels, just over here to this side. So like this, going all the way forward. And just like that, we'll have our front. Now with that done, we're going to go ahead and then take item frames. We're going to place them down on the shulker boxes, as well as a green stained glass pane and a dark oak button if you're on Java. If you are not on Java, you'll not be able to place down a button and item frame in the same block space. And so what that means is you'll have to probably just place down the item frame and disregard the button. The button's a nice little detail piece to add, but it is not essential to the build. So again, for Java players, we'll place down both. For Bedrock players, we will opt for just the item frame. So just keep that in mind when you get to that section there, is that there will be those differences there depending on your game version. And we're going to go ahead and, of course, place down our green stained glass panes on this side and our buttons like so. And once we have that all finished off there, that is going to wrap up what we have for layer 1. Pretty simple layer. Looking at it from up above is what it should look like from the top-down view. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our next layer, which will be layer number 2. Layer 2 here, one thing I want to go ahead and make a little bit of correction on is these the front and back sprocket wheels are actually, it looks like it's actually done in green. So I'm going to go ahead and be using green terracotta for this instead. This right here will be kind of a little change we're doing on the fly. I have a picture next to me, and I'm actually seeing that it doesn't have that that white like I thought it did all around the sprocket wheels. So we're gonna have those blocks on both sides here, as well as our green stained glass panes going across like that to fill that space in. On the sides of these blocks, we're gonna place down an item frame. In those blocks, we want to go ahead and place down a cobweb, and also we're gonna go ahead and place down a dark oak button on the side of those blocks as well, if you're on Java. We'll then place down a dark oak trapdoor on this green terracotta block, same thing over here, and then taking our green terracotta, we're going to place down a row of 4 going across this middle space. Now going back from that row of 4, we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And brick top slabs on the side and same thing over here. So just like this, going back, and that's going to bring us to this point here. Then we're going to go ahead and place down a green terracotta block to both sides here. This will be followed with again an item frame, a cobweb, and a dark oak button. And same thing over here, like so. And then after we have that done, we're going to go to the inside here of the vehicle, and we're going to go ahead and fill this in with green terracotta. So this gets completely filled in and creates a nice kind of base on the inside here of the vehicle. Now on the very back here, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some brown stained glass panes and some green stained glass panes. We're going to place down 2 brown stained glass panes in the center, as well as a green stained glass pane to both sides. So pretty straightforward stuff. And the last thing here for us to do is to place down a dark oak trapdoor on the side of these green terracotta blocks and close it so it lays flat on the side there. And once you have that all done, the very last thing here is to place down an item frame on these green stained glass panes here, as well as a tripwire hook in the item frames, which we're going to rotate to face downwards like so. Anyways, after that's all complete there, that's going to wrap up everything we have there for layer number 2. And with that, we'll move on to layer 3. So before we go and move into layer 3, I just noticed I did forget to talk about something from layer 1, and that's going to be the addition of the banners here. Now we have these 2 green banners. They're really simple. We're going to take our green banners, and we're going to need 4 black dye. I'm not going to show you guys how to do it in the loom, but I'll walk you through the process of going ahead and dyeing these banners. You're going to split the banners in half with black dye. One banner is going to have the black on the line on the left side. The other banner is going to have the black on the right side. So you have those 2 separate banners, and then for both you're going to do a black horizontal line directly through the center of the banner, and that is going to make these 2 banner designs. Really simple, and all you'll do is place them on the side here of these wheels. So just like this, and that basically completes the wheels. And same thing will be done over here on this side as well. Really straightforward design, really simple, and just kind of helps create a better overall look there for the wheels. Anyways though, that is going to complete what we have there for layer 2 and everything below layer 2 and below. And with that, let's move on to layer 3. Alright guys, so go ahead and moving into our 3rd layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3 to start with, we're going to place down a piston on top of these 2 green terracotta blocks. And on the sides of the pistons here, we're going to place down a dark oak sign. And same thing over here. Now a quick thing to mention is if you are not on Java and don't have access to commands such as the debug stick here, I will recommend that instead of placing down the pistons, you go ahead and place down a M-portal frame. Those will be a lot better and kind of creating the block height we're going for and all that. I do prefer the look of the pistons because I don't like the multicoloredness of the M-portal frames, but again, it's kind of up to you guys and what you want to do here. But an M-portal frame will work as a suitable alternative here to the pistons. With that done, we're going to go ahead and place down a row of 4 of dark oak trapdoors across between those pistons, as well as we're going to go ahead and place down a trapdoor going back from each one of these pistons. On the front here, or on the side of the pistons here facing forward, we're going to place down an item frame, and then in those item frames, we're going to go ahead and place down a snowball like this for the front headlights. We'll then take our debug stick, and using our left click, we're going to left click. And real quick, I should also mention how to get the debug stick for those of you who don't know. It's very simple. It's done by typing the command /give @p Minecraft :debug _stick. So this command right here, pressing enter will give you the glowing stick that you can see here in my inventory. And all we're going to do here is left click till we get selected extended false prompt pop up on our screen. We'll right click this and get rid of that wood just like that, and you have that nice design there for the front. After that's done, we're going to place down 2 deep slate tiles here in the center, as well as a dark oak trapdoor to both sides. We'll also take our green terracotta and place down a row of 4 across that center space there. And then to the sides of that, we're going to place down a dark oak stair like that to both sides. We're going to take our green terracotta again. This time we're going to place down a row of 6 across, followed by a second row of 6. Once you have that row done, you're going to place down a spruce wood trapdoor to both sides like so. After that, we're going to then take our green terracotta, we're going to place down another row of 6 all the way across like this. Then we're going to place down a red concrete block on both ends, then another row of green terracotta filling the center in, and then we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 rows of 6 of green terracotta going across. On the last 2 rows we just placed, we're going to place down tripwire hooks on both ends. And then continuing on, we're going to take our green terracotta, we're going to place down another row, and a 5th row going all the way across. Now at this point right here, we're going to go ahead and basically take our mossy cobblestone walls. We're going to place down 1, 2, 1, 2 on both sides, and in that middle space there, we're going to go ahead and place down some granite walls. So 1, 2 granite walls like that in the center. We're going to go then place down an item frame here, and we're going to go ahead and then place down an iron bar in the item frame just like that. And if you want to add a little bit of extra detail to the vehicle as well, you can go ahead and grab some stripped birchwood logs. You're going to place down some logs here, just kind of come off the side. This kind of represents some cargo or something mounted onto the back of the vehicle. And we could also take some spruce wood buttons in for like the ropes, kind of tying it to the vehicle. We can place them down right here on the sides of these blocks. And then this one right here, we can actually place it on the top and bottom. Now, we can't place on the bottom of these blocks, obviously because of the trapdoor, and then we can't place on top because of what we'll have in the next layer. So that's kind of the max you'll be able to do there in terms of adding that cargo mount on the back. You can also add cargo on the sides and stuff, but I think the back just works with this vehicle and just kind of helps add a little bit more going on back there compared to what was otherwise a pretty plain vehicle. Anyways, though, that right there is going to conclude what we have for layer number 3. Again, here is a aerial overview, what it should look like from the top-down view so far with that layer complete. With that all done, we'll be moving on to our next layer, which will be layer number 4. Moved into my next layer, we have layer 4. For layer 4 to start with here, we're going to go ahead and place down a zombie head here at a slight angle, as well as the same thing over here, just again at a slight angle next to it. Then we're going to place down a flower pot right there in that space. Behind these 2 zombie heads, we're going to place down 2 pistons. Again, these can be end portal frames. And on the left side here, this piston, we're going to place down a dark oak wood sign. Behind those, we're going to go ahead and place down 2 dark oak wood stairs. And then we're going to place down 2, I would prefer actually we go ahead and use some green shulker box for this. I think it would actually look a little bit better. So go ahead and grab yourself some green shulker boxes. And we're going to place down 1, 2 right here. And after we have that done, we want to go ahead and take our dark oak slabs. We're going to place down 1, 2 over here. 2 deep slate tiles, 1, 2 going here. 2 here. And then we're going to place down 1, 2 like that right there. And then a zombie head here coming off the side of this polished deep slate slab on the side there like that. And then on this side over here, we're going to place down 2 dark oak slabs. With that all done there, we want to go ahead and then place down a mossy cobblestone wall that's going to be located in this space here. And we're going to go ahead and place down 4 dark oak slabs, or sorry, 5 dark oak slabs over. With that done, we're going to then place down a row of green terracotta, 1, 2, like this, a dark oak slab on both ends, and then we want to go ahead and place down a spruce wood slab on both sides. We're going to place down a second spruce wood slab back on both sides here, and then a row of 4 of green terracotta across. We're going to place down a second row of 4, and then a row of 2. We're going to go ahead and place down 1 dark oak slab here, then 2 here, 1 here, 2 here, and then this right here is going to be a row of 5, or sorry, row of 6 going all the way across, and then we're going to place down a second row of 6 of dark oak slabs going all the way across like that. We'll then go ahead and grab ourselves an item frame, as well as a red bed. We're We're going to place down an item frame on these dark oak slabs, a red bed in those item frames rotated sideways so the pillow is facing toward the middle of the vehicle, and then a dark oak sign coming off the slabs here to the sides. So it's just going to look like that there on both sides, and that's going to kind of create your brake lights and all that fun stuff. With that all done though, the last thing we can really do here for this layer is to go ahead and just take our debug stick, right click those two pistons, get rid of that wood portion, and with that, that is going to conclude everything we have for layer 4. Let's move on to layer number 5. Moving into our next layer, we have layer number 5. For layer 5 to get started with here, we're going to place down 2 flower pots on top of these 2 stairs here. We're going to go ahead and place down 2 dark oak wood stairs on top of these 2 dark oak wood slabs. Then on front of these stairs here, we're going to go ahead and place down dark oak wood signs, so like this. After we have that done, we're going to take our green terracotta. We're going to place down 1, 2 blocks, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, going back. We're going to place down an anvil here with a wither skeleton skull on the side of that anvil. Going ahead and going forward from that, we're going to place down a polished deep slate tile, as well as 2 deep slate tile top slabs. We're going to go ahead and also take our dark oak signs, and on the side of the stair and the anvil, we're going to go ahead and place down our dark oak signs. Same thing will be done over here on this side. We have our anvil, we have our wither skeleton skull, as well as our stair, and then we have our 2 signs along the side here, our 2 top slabs, and then we want to go ahead and grab our end rods. We're going to place down 2 end rods going forward on both ends, and then a wither skeleton skull here on the tips of the end rods. After that is all done there, that is going to complete what we have there for this layer. And with that, that is everything we have to do for layer 5, and we'll be going ahead and moving on up to layer number 6. Moving up to our next layer, we have layer number 6. For layer 6 to go ahead and get started with here, we want to go ahead and begin with by going ahead and taking our dark oak wood slabs, and we're going to go ahead and place down a row of 2 across this space here. We're going to go ahead and then place down a zombie head that is going to be right here on top of this block. We're going to place down a zombie head coming off like so. We're going to delete the original zombie head we placed, and then on the back of that zombie head, we're going to place down another one like that. After that is all done, we want to go ahead and then take our green terracotta, and we're going to build a row 2 going back from those dark oak wood slabs, followed by a second row of 2 and then a third row. And on the very back here, we're just going to go ahead and take our mossy cobblestone walls and place down a row of 2 across the back. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves our polished deep slate tile walls. We're going to place down 2 walls here on top of the anvil and stair, and then a wither skeleton skull coming off those walls going back. We're going to go ahead and then place down 2 wither skeleton skulls here right along the side of the green terracotta block and the dark oak wood slab, and then 2 end rods going forward from those skulls like so, with a wither skeleton skull coming off the tips there of those end rods like that for your cannons. Once we have that all done there, that is going to wrap up everything there, I believe, for layer 6. And with that, we'll probably just be going ahead and moving into our final layers of the build. Just kind of going ahead and wrapping everything up. With that, though, let's go ahead and move into our last final layers. Alright guys, moving into our final layers, we have layers 7 through 11. For these layers to go ahead and get started with here, this could be kind of more of a Java feature, but we're going to place down 2 blocks right here for the time being. We're going to go ahead and then place down 2 levers coming off these blocks. We're going to go ahead and then take our debug stick. We're going to left click the levers, and we're going to go ahead and change the selected face. We're going to change that from wall to floor. And then we want to go ahead and then left click these again until we get selected facing. We're going to go ahead and then right click these until we rotate them so that they are facing toward each other like so. And they should kind of connect, kind of create a design like that here in the front. Again, that's going to be more of a Java only feature. Unfortunately, there isn't really any good alternatives for other versions to do kind of what we did here. With that done, we're going to go ahead and then place down a spruce wood trapdoor here, as well as a dark oak wood fence post that is going to sit right next to it. So just a dark oak wood fence post here. And then going up from the fence post, we're going to go ahead and place down a row of iron bars up. This here is going to be a total of 4. So we have 2, 3, and 4 going up like that for our radio antenna. After we have that done, we want to go ahead and then place down a granite wall that is going to sit on top of this wither skeleton skull on both sides. And then going back from the granite wall, we're going to place down 2 jungle fence gates. Again, kind of a cool technique here for Java players with the debug stick. We can left click the gate and we can actually go ahead and keep left clicking until we get selected in wall true. We can right click this, set it to false so it kind of raises up and it doesn't sit at that awkward level and kind of keeps a more consistent level all the way across there. So just kind of a nice thing to do if you don't like that fence change like I do when it connects into a wall. With that done though, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some item frames. And for these, we're going to place down an item frame here on these fence gates, and then also on the walls. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place down a black bed in the item frames, and these are going to be facing upwards like so. And then we're also going to go ahead and grab ourselves a jungle sign, and we're going to place down a jungle sign, also again for Java players on top, or rather on the side of the fence gates and the wall. So just like that to kind of square away that detail. And then we're going to take our dark oak slabs. We're going to place down 2 slabs here. And then after that, we want to go ahead and take our stairs. We're going to place down a stair here, stair there. And then taking our dark oak wood trap doors, we're going to go ahead and place down a row of 2. So it's going to be 2 here. And we're going to go ahead and open those like so. And then we're going to place down a row of 2 on top. And again, we're going to open those upwards like that. We'll take our green stained glass panes. We're going to place down a row of 4, or sorry, I should say 2 rows of 2 going up of green stained glass panes. And then we can also place down panes here, come off the side of these walls. Now, you can go ahead and do the panes. It's going to be kind of a better feature for Java because we can actually go ahead and change the properties here of the glass panes and extend the sides like this to the inside. So your directions may change dependent, but you can go ahead and actually change the directions the glass panes flow to kind of help them connect up to those trapdoors and kind of create that nice design there. Now, if you don't have the ability to do so, you can also place down dark oak trapdoors here on the back. That would also work. Unfortunately, it just kind of creates the top little radar system to be a little bit bigger than it needs to be. So this right here is kind of like the best overall look I found to kind of really fit that that design. So that right there though is pretty much it for layers 7 through 11. Just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. Actually, real quick before I go in, end the video, we do have a few things here. We're gonna place down 2 dark oak fence gates actually on top of those slabs there, and we're gonna open these up toward each other like that again for some device here for the radar. Anyways though, that right there is now going to conclude what we have here for the Type 95 self-propelled anti-aircraft vehicle. Hope you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put it to good use. If you do use this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This has been linked from the side of the build, tweet to my channel, or this video if this does appear on social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for it, you're free to use it for a project you guys are working on. Again, the big special thanks to my Patreon supporter, Derek Frost Westbrook, for making this tutorial possible, and as always, feel free to check my Patreon page, link is always in my video descriptions. With that though, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Year 204, and I'll see you guys next time.